Hey everyone, my name's John and I'm from Duolingo, and today we're going to be talking about resource management. Now look, it's not talking about managing your employers, but hey, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment as to what you like and what you want to see. Managing your resources is a very important aspect of the One Piece card game that can determine the likelihood of you winning a match. Resources in One Piece TCG are Don, characters, counters, events, and stages. Don is the mana or currency used to play cards, events and stages, and to add attack power to both your leader and your characters. It can also be used to play your counters too. 1 Don equals 1000 power when attacking. Each player has 10 Don, which gradually comes out onto the field as the game progresses, unless you're versing Rashidora, of course. In most cases, the general flow is that you should attack first and ensure you have enough Don to play the characters you desire, or save some for your opponent's turn, so you can potentially counter out or stop their attacks. Characters should all play a role in your deck. Some can block, some draw cards for you, some can KO other characters, while others can have multiple effects. Too many low-cost characters can sometimes mean you have not enough attack power to win a game. Too many big-cost characters means you may not be able to play them in time to win the game too. That's why it is important to play an even amount of the two. This is called playing on the curve. Playing on a curve basically means playing out characters in an order that matches with the amount of Don you have available. For example, let's say I have 4 Don and I'm playing Queen. I place 1 Don under my leader and attack my opponent. Once the attack is resolved, I then play out a Doffy for a cost of 3. I could have swung with 4 under my leader. However, it would limit the amount that I could use to play a character on the field. This is also known as board pressure. Board pressure is ensuring you have enough characters on the field to attack and defend with. You should also consider cards' effects and how they would work on that particular turn. For example, bringing out Sakazuki allows you to KO a 5 or less after you discard a card from your hand. This means you might KO a blocker who's protecting their life. This places pressure on your opponent as you have 1 more character on the field and they have 1 less. In the early stage of the game, bringing out characters onto the field creates pressure on your opponent. This often means having no Don active at the end of your early turns. Generally, it's important to set up your board first before you protect your hand with counters and events. Character cards often have a counter ranging between 1000 and 2000 power. Cards that don't have counter values are usually your boss monsters or have strong effects when they come out onto the field. Sometimes, protecting your characters rather than your leader can often be a better option. The same applies to life. Don't be afraid to take life early in the game to increase your hand size. More cards means more options, and possibly better options too, as you may have more counter power as well. Another way we can protect our leader or our character is through events. Events often use Don and are played on your opponent's turn. If the card has a counter text in it, it means it can only be played on your opponent's battle phase. For example, let's say I attack an opponent who has a Doffy purple green leader. I swing at him with my leader for 9000, but they use their 2 unused Don to play Spider's Web. This increases the power of the leader by 4000 and stands up one of their characters, which is really annoying. This same event could have also been used for a character too. Since I swung for 9000 and they 9000, my power needed to be greater than their leader to lose a life. Events can come off triggers as well. However, this will be discussed in a later episode of the series. In some cases, events can be played on your turn to KO or place characters at the bottom of their deck. Nasty! Cards like Gum Gum Pistol make me jitter. Lastly, the type of resources we're talking about is stages. They're in most cases tied towards the leader that uses them. Often, they can be handy in minusing the cost of characters, allowing you to search your deck, bringing back Don, as well as potentially drawing and trashing cards. Be warned though, as there are some cards which can be removed stages. Remember though, it's important to decide whether a stage would be better off being used for an event or a character. Overall, knowing when to play certain cards and counters and how much dodge to use when you're attacking your opponent are key components that need to be thought about during each turn and ideally in your upcoming turns. If your resources aren't managed properly, then winning is hard. In our next video, we will cover off triggers and order of effects, which will be discussed more in details. And that's it. Thanks for watching. There'll be more videos coming up in this series soon. If you haven't watched the first video with my brother Crouchy, then please click on that too. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a ripping comment. See you, fellow pirates.